Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. Roki Sasaki, the 23-year-old Japanese sensation now pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers, is stepping into uncharted territory, and he's the one who asked for it. For the first time in his MLB career, Sasaki will be starting on 5 days rest instead of the 6 he's always known, both in Nippon professional baseball and during his early transition to Major League Baseball. This shift isn't just a managerial decision. It was initiated by Sasaki himself, a bold move that shows his eagerness to adapt and contribute at a higher level. Manager Dave Roberts confirmed that the young pitcher was the one who opened the conversation, signaling not just willingness, but a sense of urgency to evolve in the fast-paced rhythm of Major League, all 9 innings in a dominant 10-1 win over the Miami Marlins. These aren't just solid performances. They're the kind of outings that build a winning culture. But as impressive as those efforts have been, the Dodgers knew they couldn't keep this up forever without adjusting. That's where Sasaki's initiative becomes so valuable. Friday's matchup against the Arizona Diamondbacks is no throwaway game. It caps off the Dodgers' intense road schedule with a 4-game set against a team that's proven it can challenge anyone in the league. In a series that could have early implications in the playoff picture, there's little room for uncertainty on the mound. That's why Sasaki's proactive stance is so meaningful. This isn't just about managing rest. It's about taking ownership of the team's needs. It's about a young player who knows the weight of the jersey he's wearing. While veterans like Yoshinobu Yamamoto have already tasted the grind of a major league season, Sasaki's willingness to step up underlines his maturity and competitive fire. It's the kind of decision that earns you respect in the clubhouse and across the league. Of course, the stakes are high. Sasaki is coming off his most demanding start of the season, a 98-pitch outing against the high-powered Atlanta Braves. That's a career-high workload since arriving in the States, and it puts Friday's start under a sharper microscope. Will he be able to bounce back on shorter rest? Will his arm respond well? These are legitimate questions, but there's also a sense of calculated risk in the Dodgers' approach. The bullpen is relatively rested heading into this series, which means Sasaki won't be forced to go deep if he shows signs of fatigue. That's crucial, especially considering how careful the Dodgers have been with their young arms. Roberts and the staff will be watching closely, but they're clearly confident that Sasaki can handle the challenge, or they wouldn't have greenlit the change. Still, Sasaki's adaptation goes beyond rest cycles and pitch counts. One of the biggest narratives around him since his arrival in MLB has been the performance of his fastball. Known in Japan for regularly hitting triple digits, Sasaki's heater hasn't quite had the same bite this season. The average velocity is down compared to his NPB days, a trend that actually started during his final season in Japan. Some observers worried this might signal a larger problem, but Sasaki hasn't sounded the alarm. He's aware of the issue, but he's also shown a remarkable level of patience and long-term thinking. Rather than chasing velocity at the expense of his command or the effectiveness of his secondary pitches, he's choosing to trust the process. That's not always easy for a young flamethrower trying to prove himself on a new stage. In fact, Sasaki's maturity when discussing his fastball might be the most underrated part of his game right now. A lot of rookies come into the league try to dominate every batter with pure stuff. But Sasaki is showing that he understands how to pitch, not just how to throw. That mindset could end up being the difference between being a flash-in-the-pan rookie and a perennial all-star. He's learning how to sequence, how to adjust mid-game, and how to work smarter when he doesn't have his best stuff. These are the traits that define elite pitchers. And when you combine that with the raw talent Sasaki possesses, you can start to see the foundation of something special forming right in front of us. What also stands out is the quiet leadership Sasaki is beginning to show. It's easy to forget that he's only 23 years old, and yet here he is, making strategic decisions about his workload and helping the team navigate a difficult stretch. That kind of maturity doesn't go unnoticed in a veteran clubhouse like the Dodgers. When your teammates see you stepping up, asking to pitch sooner, and backing it up with competitive outings, it sends a powerful message. Sasaki may not be the loudest voice in the room, but his actions are speaking volumes. It's a different kind of leadership, but just as impactful. And let's not forget the mental challenge involved. Transitioning from NPB to MLB is tough enough as it is. The ball is different, the hitters are deeper, and the schedules are relentless. Most international pitchers need at least a full season to adjust, and even then, there are growing pains. Sasaki's rocky start was expected, but he's responded with poise, delivering 4 straight starts of at least 5 innings. That shows growth, and more importantly, it shows resolve. Now, with his first 5-day rest start on deck, Sasaki has a chance to prove that he's not just surviving. He's starting to thrive. Friday's game isn't just another start. It's a marker of progression in Sasaki's journey as a Dodger. It's a test of adaptability, stamina, and performance under new conditions. But it's also an opportunity for Sasaki to further cement his role in the rotation and for the Dodgers to see just how high his ceiling really is. With a competitive Diamondbacks lineup across the field and playoff implications beginning to simmer even in early May, the spotlight will be bright. Sasaki asked for this moment. Now it's time to see what he does with it. In the end, what's most compelling about Roki Sasaki right now isn't just his raw talent. It's his mindset. He's not just here to throw 100 miles per hour and dazzle with numbers. He's here to grow, to adapt, and to become a pitcher who can carry a team through October. This 5-day rest start is a small chapter in a much bigger story, but it might end up being one of the turning points. Because sometimes greatness begins not with a fastball, but with a question, "Coach, when can I pitch again?" Sasaki asked it. And now, we get to watch him answer on the mound. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Let's talk about the biggest buzz shaking up Major League Baseball right now. A massive wave of rumors is flooding the scene, and the name on everyone's lips? Keibert Ruiz. That's right. Reports are swirling that the Los Angeles Dodgers are pulling off a stunning move by bringing into Washington, importantly, the ability to manage a pitching staff like a veteran. He's just 25, but he plays with the poise of someone who's been in the league a decade. That $50 million price tag? It's not just about stats. It's about potential, longevity, and postseason grit. If you're the Dodgers, you've got a lineup that already features MVP-caliber talent in guys like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. But what's always set them apart is their willingness to go the extra mile, to fine-tune every single roster spot. Think about this. Ruiz gives them not just a consistent bat lower in the order, but also a defensive general behind the plate. With Will Smith possibly shifting into more of a DH/utility role, this could be a game-changer for the team's overall balance. Suddenly, LA has flexibility that other teams would kill for. This isn't just about depth, it's about postseason planning. Ruiz is the kind of guy who can catch every inning of a playoff series without missing a beat. That's the value here. That's the mindset. Win now, but build for later. It's classic Dodgers thinking, and it's brilliant. Now, let's not ignore what this means for the Nationals. If this rumor holds water, Washington is clearly looking to make a pivot, maybe even rebuild again. Trading Ruiz, one of their most promising young pieces, signals a commitment to future development over short-term success. It's a tough pill for Nats fans to swallow, no doubt about it. Ruiz was seen as a cornerstone in D.C., a guy to build around. But with the franchise still figuring out its direction post-Scherzer, post-Soto, and post-Turner, perhaps this is their play to accumulate more prospects, more payroll flexibility, and open up at-bats for younger catchers coming up through the system. If the return from L.A. is strong enough, perhaps including arms or high-upside infielders, this could be a smart long game. But make no mistake, giving up Ruiz is a statement. The rebuild is real, and it's not slowing down. From a financial standpoint, a $50 million contract for Ruiz is actually quite team-friendly when you consider what some free agent catchers have been pulling in over the past few seasons. Remember, this isn't a guy nearing the twilight of his career. This is a young, controllable player And if the Dodgers do indeed lock him in long-term, it could end up looking like a steal in just a couple of years. The front office in LA has mastered the art of getting ahead of the curve, identifying talent before prices spike. Think about how they locked up Betts early. Think about the extensions to guys like Walker Buehler before arbitration years went wild. This is a franchise that invests in production and upside, not hype. Ruiz fits that mold perfectly. He's not a headline chaser. He's a worker. And in LA, surrounded by veterans and winners, he could thrive in ways we haven't even seen yet. And let's not forget the chemistry element. Catchers are the heartbeat of a baseball team. They're in on every pitch, they communicate with every pitcher, and they keep the defense locked in. Adding someone like Ruiz means more than just numbers on a stat sheet. It means upgrading the team's heartbeat. Reports say he's respected in every clubhouse he's been in, with a calm leadership style that teammates love. That's huge, especially in October, when pressure can crush even the most talented squads. The Dodgers know this. They've been to the mountaintop, and they've come up short too. Bringing in a catcher who can anchor his staff, slow the game down, and deliver clutch contact at the plate, that's a postseason move. And make no mistake, LA doesn't just want to win. They want another ring now. This rumored signing also adds fuel to the fire that the Dodgers are all in for 2025. They've already made big moves in the offseason, but this would be a mid-year masterstroke. Ruiz isn't a flashy, headline-dominating superstar, but that's exactly what makes this rumor feel so real. The Dodgers don't chase flash. They chase fit. And Ruiz fits. If the reports are true and the Dodgers are willing to shell out $50 million for him, you better believe they see something special. The whispers from insiders suggest this deal could be tied to other moves too. Perhaps shifting Will Smith to third base or left field, maybe even lining up another big-name pitcher to pair with their newly fortified battery. One move leads to another. That's how championship rosters are built, in layers. And Ruiz could be the first domino. What does this mean for the rest of the National League? Well, let's just say the pressure just got cranked up a few notches. Teams like the Braves, Phillies, and Padres now have to look over their shoulder because the Dodgers are playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. Adding a switch-hitting catcher with power, control, and defensive IQ means there are fewer weaknesses in this Dodgers lineup. Good luck finding a soft spot in their batting order or an inning to steal on the base bats. Opposing pitchers can't rest, and opposing runners better think twice. The ripple effect is real. A move like this forces other contenders to respond, whether by calling up top prospects early or pushing trades of their own. When the Dodgers act, the league reacts. That's the kind of influence they've built, and it's not slowing down. Now, of course, until this is confirmed, we're still in rumor territory. But let's be honest, baseball rumors don't just materialize out of thin air. When you've got insiders reporting on numbers, names, and potential roles, you know something's brewing. The Dodgers have the resources, the vision, and the reputation for getting deals like this done. Ruiz, for his part, hasn't commented, but those close to him say he's open to a fresh start on a contender. That matters. Sometimes players need the right stage to hit their stride, and Dodger Stadium under the October lights? That's as big as it gets. If Ruiz dons Dodger blue, expect him to rise. Because in LA, potential meets opportunity, and greatness follows. Whether it happens today, next week, or after the All-Star break, this is one rumor that feels destined to become real. So here's the bottom line, folks. Keibert Ruiz to the Dodgers for $50 million? If it happens, it's not just a smart move, it's a strategic masterpiece. It's a bet on youth, skill, and long-term value. It's a message to the league. The Dodgers aren't just reloading, they're evolving. And for fans in Los Angeles, this is reason to be excited. Another young star, a more complete roster, and a franchise that refuses to settle. For Washington fans, it's bittersweet, but maybe the kind of reset that sets the stage for future greatness. Either way, we're watching history unfold in real time. Stay tuned, because if this deal goes through, it'll shake the league to its core. And as always, we'll be right here to break it down, play by play, rumor by rumor, and inning by inning. Baseball never sleeps, and neither do we. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.